Alright, so let's talk about our next middleware, which is cookies, and we'll talk about sending and receiving cookies. So let's first chat real quick about what a cookie is. Sometimes we may want to save information on the client about a user. So for instance, let's say we have a shopping cart and the user visits our site, puts some items in their shopping cart, and then they leave the page. Well, we may want to remember those items or remember the cart. So if they come back, that cart, they don't have to start over again. So we'll store an ID on the client side, so when they come back, we can identify that particular client and pull up the cart with that ID. And we will store that value on the client side in what we call a cookie. All right. So the cookies are notoriously hard to parse because they are stored as one big string. So a lot of times you have to parse that cookie by parsing the strings and separating all the values. All right. So the cookie parser does that for us quick and easy. So let's take a look at how to use the cookie parser. All right. So here we're using Express. Here we're requiring the cookie parser. So of course, again, you need to npm install cookie-parser. All right. Now, again, to use it, you specify that we're going to use cookie parser on all the routes here. All right. Now our get route. All right. So here we're going to log all the cookies that are part of the request. All right. Here we're looking to see on the cookie object if there's a value called has visited. All right. And we're extracting the value of has visited. So obviously you can see that cookie parser parses the cookies into a JavaScript object and stores it on the cookies property on the request object. All right. So here's an example of adding a cookie to the response object. So we're just going to use the cookie property on the response object. Here's our key, has visited, and here's our value, 1. All right. And we can also send additional information as an object or JSON object as a part of that cookie. So we're saying the max age or how long to set that property. All right, how long that cookie lives, what path it exists on, and whether it's HTTP only or HTTPS. All right, so that is the cookie parser. Take care.